We'll begin with the Season 1 Digidestined's Digimon. The obvious place to start is with Tai, as he is the leader of the group, and his Digimon was the first to reach Rookie, Champion, Ultimate, and Mega. So, number 1 is Bodamon, which becomes Coromon, then Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon, which has both vaccine and virus variations, and War Greymon. For alternate evolutions, we have Skull Greymon as a deviant ultimate for Greymon, and the logical natural evolution for the virus Metal Greymon is Black War Greymon. Yes, I'm putting a major Season 2 antagonist this early on. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. We'll move on to Matt next, because his partner Digimon was the second to reach Champion, Ultimate, and Mega. So number 9 is Punimon, which becomes Sunamon, then Gabumon, Garurumon, Weregarurumon, Metal Garurumon, and Omnimon. I debated back and forth about whether I should put Omnimon immediately after War Greymon, since it's the next evolution, or wait until here because it's a fusion of War Greymon and Metal Garurumon. I decided to wait and put it after both the Digimon that make it up were listed. If you disagree, feel free to tell me in the comments. Sora was the next to have her partner reach Champion. That means number 16 is Nyokimon, then Yokomon, Biomon, Bergermon, Garudamon, and Phoenixmon. Even though her partner never achieved Mega in either season, Phoenixmon being the Mega form has been confirmed in pretty much every other source there is, including the PSP game and Tri. Izzy was the next to have his partner reach Champion. So at number 22, we have Pabumon, then Modimon, Tentomon, Kabuterimon, Mega Kabuterimon, both color variations, and Hercules Kabuterimon. Like Phoenixmon, Hercules Kabuterimon was never seen in either season, but was widely confirmed. Mimi's partner reached Champion next, so at number 28 is Uramon, which becomes Tanamon, then Palmon, Togemon, Lilymon, and Rosemon. Rosemon is in the same category as Phoenixmon and Hercules Kabuterimon. Not on the show, but confirmed everywhere else. Joe was next to his partner reach Champion, so number 34 is Peachymon, followed by Bukamon, Gomamon, Ikakumon, Zudomon, and Presiomon. Yes, Presiomon. I know in the past decade or so, Vikemon has become the standard, but I reject this, and will explain more when we get to Vikemon. When the first 2 seasons were airing, Presiomon was the standard, and I'm sticking with it. I will die on this hill. I know early on in America, Marine Angemon was a popular speculation, but the WonderSpawn Tamer games and D-Spirit really confirmed Presiomon. I don't care what the PSP game and Tri say. Feel free to respectfully disagree in the comments. Now we move on to TK, the last of the original 7 to have his partner reach Champion. At number 40, we have Poyomon, which becomes Tokomon, Patamon, and then Angemon. Patamon becoming Angemon was Digimon's Super Saiyan Goku moment. It's interesting to note that in his first appearance, he says his own name as Angemon, and everyone else calls him Angemon. After that, the pronunciation was standardized as Angemon. Next we have Magna Angemon and Seraphimon. Something I want to address about Seraphimon is that in the movie where it first appeared, Patamon and Gatomon shouldn't have been able to go Ultimate, let alone Mega. This is fine in Japan because that movie is non-canon, but in America, it was shoehorned into the main continuity, which creates a plot hole. My solution is that the virus infecting Kirpymon, combined with its time-altering abilities, allow them to do it. Is that completely contrived and nonsensical? Yes, but it's the best I've got. If you have something better, let me know in the comments. In addition to a natural line, TK's partner has armor evolutions. One appeared in the anime. At number 46, we have Pegasusmon. Now, as for Patamon's other armor evolutions, they are Baronmon, Stegomon, Rhinomon, Pippismon, Ponchomon, Mothmon, Mantaraymon, Manbomon, and Prairiemon. Finally, I'm going to introduce an alternate Mega. Before Seraphimon was a thing, it was widely speculated in the online American fandom that Patamon's Mega was Goldramon, so I'm placing it here as a memorial to those times. Also, the 2020 anime uses it as an alternate Mega as well. Remember, I can consult sources besides the first 2 seasons, but I'm not bound by them. If I find a source that I think works, I can use it. Finally, the last of the 8 Digidestined of Season 1 to join the team, Kari. At number 57, we have Yukimi Botamon. It's interesting that when its debut episode aired in the US, all the dialogue called it Yukimi Botamon, but the on-screen analyzer read Snow Botamon. Bandai America also calls it Yukimi Botamon, so it's not clear where Snow Botamon came from, but I'm still mentioning it because I love trivia. Yukimi Botamon becomes Nyaromon, then Salamon, Gatomon, and Anjouamon. Gatomon becoming Anjouamon was Digimon's Super Saiyan 2 Gohan moment. Anjouamon's Mega form is Magnadramon. Refer to what I said earlier about Seraphimon and the plot hole issues with the movie. Gatomon has armor evolutions too. One appeared in the anime. Number 63 is Nefertimon. The others are Lynxmon, Rabbitmon, Maildramon, Swanmon, Kabukimon, Butterflymon, Tylomon, Goatmon, and Opossumon. That's it for Season 1 Digidestined, so we'll start Season 2 with the new leader of the Digidestined, Davis. He was the first of the new ones to have his partner reach Armor, Champion, Ultimate, and Mega. At number 73, we have Chibomon, which becomes Demi-Vmon, Vmon, X-Vmon, Pyldramon. Pyldramon is Vmon's natural ultimate. That's why it's here instead of waiting until after Stingmon's entry. If X-Vmon used a crest instead of Stingmon to reach ultimate, this would still be the form. Ditto for the other Season 2 Digidestined ultimate forms created by DNA Digivolving. And then we have Imperialdramon, which has Dragon, Fighter, and Paladin modes. Vmon also has armor evolutions. The ones shown on screen were Flamedramon, Raidramon, yes, Raidramon. It should be Rydramon, just like Raiden from Mortal Kombat should be Raiden, but that is the official English pronunciation, and Magnamon. The others are Sethmon, Yasyamon, Honeybeemon, Depthmon, Sagittarymon, Gargoylemon, and Kangaroomon. Next we have Yoli, as she was the second to have her Digimon reach its second armor form. At number 89, we have Pururumon. Then Poromon, Hawkmon, Aquilamon, Sylphimon, and Valkyrymon. While never seen on-screen, Valkyrymon was confirmed as the Mega in numerous external sources, including the Japanese D3 virtual pets. Hawkmon also has armor forms. Ones that appeared in the anime are Halsamon and Shurimon. The others are Alomon, Rinkmon, Peacockmon, Flybemon, Orcamon, Moosemon, Harpymon, and Toucanemon. Now we have Cody because he was the last of the three to have his partner reach its second armor form. Number 105 is Subumon. Then Upamon, Armadillomon, Ankylomon. I say Ankylosaurus. I've heard Ankylosaurus, but I had never heard Ankylosaurus. Regardless, that's how the Digimon's English name is officially pronounced. Then Chakuomon. And Vikemon. Yes, Vikemon is Armadillomon's Mega, not Goemon's. Again, I will die on this hill. While Armadillomon never reached Mega in the anime, it was confirmed virtually everywhere else at the time, including the Japanese D3 virtual pets. Does it make sense? No. But does Shakuomon make sense as Ankylomon's evolution? Not really. Armadillomon's whole line is messy, and that's fine. Vikemon might make more sense as Zudomon's evolution, but it's not. It's Shakuomon's. Zudomon's Mega is Presiomon. Again, feel free to respectfully disagree in the comments. Armadillomon has armor evolutions. In the anime, we got to see Digmon and Submarimon. The others are Boromon, Sepicmon, Elephantmon, Terramon, Frogmon, Sheepmon, Sihomon, and Chameleonmon. Ken spent the first part of the season as the Digimon Emperor and was the main antagonist. He later reformed and joined the team, so now he will do his partner. Number 121, Leafmon. Then Minnomon, Wormmon, Stingmon, Dinobemon. Yes, Pyodramon is Eximon's ultimate. It uses Stingmon to get there, but Stingmon functions like a crest. It's not Stingmon's ultimate. Stingmon's ultimate is Dinobemon, which, while never seen in the anime, was confirmed in multiple sources, including the Japanese D3 virtual pets. Then the Mega form is Grand Kuwagamon. This one I really can't find a good solution to. It feels weird having it before Kuwagamon and Okuwamon, but if introduced with them, and I had it as Okuwamon's Mega, then Wormmon's line would be incomplete. So because Grand Kuwagamon was widely confirmed as the Mega for this line, I decided to keep it intact here, even if it might make more sense to have it in the Kuwagamon line. Wormmon has armor evolutions. None were ever shown in the anime. Despite this, I am going to put his evolution with a Digi-Egg of Kindness first, because Ken did possess the Crest of Kindness. So number 127 is Buchimon. The Determinal toy called it Puchimon, but the card and poster said Buchimon. I've included both. Ormon's other armor evolutions are Shadramon, Togamogumon, Kongomon, Aurumon, Nohemon, Searchmon, Arcalomon, Bullmon, and Quetzalmon. In addition to the core team, we were introduced to Digidestined around the world. First was Michael from America. His partner was Betamon, which became Seadramon. That's all we saw in the anime, but Seadramon has always been one of the easiest Digimon to trace the evolution of. Mega Seadramon, then Metal Seadramon. Yes, in theory, Michael could have a Dark Master. There's also an alternative ultimate in Waru Seadramon. Willis is next. While his movie was non-canon in Japan, it was shoehorned into the American continuity. Willis has two Digimon. First, we have number 142, Zerimon, which becomes Gummimon, Terriermon, and Gargomon. Terriermon can also use the Digi-Egg of Destiny to become Rapidmon. Now his other Digimon. Number 147, Konomon, which becomes Kogomon, then Lopmon, Indigomon, Antilomon, and Kirpymon, which has both virus and vaccine variations. I just want to point out that Kirpymon is a corruption of its Japanese name Cherubimon. Yes, as in the Hebrew Cheruvim. That means it should be Cherubimon. And this was used in later English dubs. So you have Seraphimon, Cherubimon, and later, outside the first 354, is Ophanimon, an alternate mega for Anjulmon. So there is a Digimon for each of the three highest angelic orders. If you want to know more about that, you can watch my video on the bodiless powers, or, even better, listen to the entirety of the Lord of Spirits podcast. During the World Tour 3-parter, we were introduced to several international Digidestined. We will only be doing the partner Digimon of the Digidestined that were actually named. There were several nameless Digidestined with partner Digimon that made cameos, but they will be ignored. First we have Tatum. Her partner is number 153, Airdramon. My preferred ultimate for Airdramon is Megadramon. It occurs in a few sources, and I think the look of the two makes it a good fit. Megadramon becoming Machinedramon is well attested in multiple sources, so we have another Digidestined that could, in theory, have a Dark Master. Next we have Maria. Her partner is number 156, Centaurumon. I couldn't find any I really liked for it, so it's just Centaurumon. Lou has number 157, Toromon. This is another solo. Steve has number 158, Frigimon. Another solo. Phil has number 159, Flarizamon. Another solo. The Poi brothers all have number 160, Shakomon. Yes, Shakomon is the official pronunciation. The spelling comes from the intricacies of transliteration, which I don't have time to get into here. We see them become Octomon. I think the best choice for Octomon's ultimate is Dragomon. Yue Hong has an Apemon, and I think its line is very easy. Number 163, Tapermon, which becomes Apemon, then Mammothmon, and Skull Mammothmon. Really a straight line from the Digimon Pendulum version 3 virtual pet. Dien has number 167, Gorillamon. Another solo. Mina has a Meramon, and there is a very easy full line for it. Number 168, Mokumon, which becomes Demi-Meramon, and then Candlemon. I know this is popular as a rookie for Wizardmon, but I think Meramon makes more sense. Look, it's even got a Demi-Meramon on its wick. So yes, Candlemon as the rookie for Meramon, which becomes Skullmeramon, and then Boltmon. A full line from Fresh to Mega, straight from Digimon Pendulum version 3. I'll also put Blue Meramon here as an alternative ultimate. Derek has number 175, Crabmon, which we see become Coelamon. Yes, that is the official pronunciation. It should be Coelamon because it's a coelacanth, but that's what was said, so that's what it is. I think the best ultimate for Coelamon is Scorpiomon, in keeping with the fossil theme. And apparently Pukumon is popular as the Mega for Scorpiomon, but I'm not strong on this one, so if you have a better idea, like it would make more sense as the Mega for Dragomon or Marine Devimon, please let me know in the comments, because this is the one I could probably be most easily convinced of. Catherine has number 179, Floramon. And we see it digivolve into Kiwimon. I'm going with Daramon as the ultimate here. Rosa has number 182, Gatsumon, which we see become Monochromon. For the ultimate, I think Triceramon is the best fit. I know in Tri, a Triceramon becomes a Zulongmon, but I'm not going with that. It doesn't follow that well, and the other harmonious ones digivolved from Digimon not in the first 354. So I will be ending the line with Triceramon, and we'll get to a Zulongmon later. For alternate evolutions, I'm with Icemon as an alternate champion for Gatsumon, which then becomes Meteormon as the ultimate. Vermillimon is a very obvious choice as an alternate ultimate for Monochromon. Next we have Anna with number 188, Unimon. I couldn't find any lines I liked, so it's another solo. Sonia has number 189, Sneemon. Yes, in its first appearance it was pronounced Snymon because it comes from Sniper, but in Season 2 it became Sneemon consistently, so that's the official English pronunciation. This is another solo. Finally, Yuri has number 190, Kuwagamon. And then the obvious ultimate would be Okuamon. That's it. The Digimon for every named Digidestined in the first 2 seasons with expanded evolution lines. We're well past the halfway point now. See you in the next video.